John Kennedy stood by the hospital window, the rain streaking down the glass like silent tears. The storm outside matched the turmoil inside him. Just 48 hours ago, he'd been delivering a keynote speech about community resilience, the crowd cheering, the lights bright. Now, the sterile scent of antiseptic clung to his clothes as he watched the slow-moving chaos of the emergency department unfold below. His father had collapsed at home, a sudden stroke. The doctors were trying to stabilize him, but the prognosis was uncertain. John wasn't just any man. He was a public servant, a respected congressman known for his compassion and tireless work in underserved communities. But here, in this hospital corridor, he was just a son, scared, helpless, and desperate for answers. It was past midnight when she appeared, a nurse in navy blue scrubs with tired eyes but a calm, steady presence. Her name tag read Melina. She moved quickly but gently, checking monitors and adjusting IVs. When she approached John, her voice was soft, almost drowned out by the beeping machines. "Mr. Kennedy," she said, placing a hand on his arm. "I know this is hard. I saw your father's chart. He's strong, but this is a fight." John nodded, unable to speak. Then she leaned closer, as if sharing a secret no one else was supposed to hear. "I think you need to know something," she whispered. "This hospital, they've been cutting corners. Budget slashes, staff overworked, equipment delays. Your father might not be getting everything he needs. Not because we don't care, but because we can't keep up. Please, don't let this go unnoticed." John blinked, stunned. "Are you saying?" she gently interrupted. "I could lose my job just for telling you, but I can't watch this anymore. People are falling through the cracks." And then, as quickly as she'd come, Nurse Melina vanished back into the blur of patients and alarms. John barely slept. The words haunted him. He paced the waiting room, reviewed every medical bill, every form. He wasn't just worried about his father. Now, he was furious at a system that could break the backs of the very people trying to save lives. By sunrise, his father was stable. Not out of danger, but alive. As John held his hand and watched him sleep, a quiet resolution took root in his heart. Later that day, John stood in front of cameras with dark circles under his eyes, but fire in his voice. "Last night I witnessed something that shook me to the core, not just as a son, but as a public servant. Our hospitals are crumbling from within. Nurses are overworked, patients are underserved, and the truth is being buried beneath bureaucracy." He paused, swallowing emotion. One brave nurse whispered the truth. She risked everything for the sake of her patients. I will not let her courage go to waste. The video went viral within hours. Headlines screamed "Kennedy blows whistle on hospital crisis. An anonymous nurse inspires national conversation." But by the next morning, her identity was no longer secret. "Hero nurse fired after exposing hospital conditions," the news reports read. Amelia Molina, 29, a single mother of two, had been escorted out of the hospital, where she'd worked tirelessly for 6 years. When reporters arrived at her modest apartment, she didn't answer at first. But then, with tears streaming down her face, she spoke. "I didn't say anything for attention. I said it because I couldn't sleep at night knowing I was part of something that wasn't right. I love my job. I love my patients. But someone had to speak up." John watched her interview from his office, fists clenched. Within an hour, he launched a campaign called #Care for the Caregivers, demanding immediate investigations into hospital management and advocating for better protections for whistleblowers in healthcare. Celebrities, medical professionals, and ordinary citizens joined the movement. Within days, over 1 million signatures flooded petitions to reinstate Nurse Molina and fund critical hospital reforms. Then came the unexpected twist. A billionaire tech entrepreneur himself, saved by a nurse during a medical emergency the year before, saw the story. Moved by her courage, he offered Amelia a position leading a new initiative, a non-profit dedicated to supporting ethical healthcare practices and protecting frontline workers who spoke out. When she accepted, a new headline emerged: "Fired nurse, now CEO of National Health Advocacy Group." A month later, John returned to that same hospital, this time to announce sweeping policy changes in Congress, funding boosts, independent oversight committees, and the passage of Molina's Law, ensuring no nurse or doctor would ever again be punished for doing the right thing. As the press conference ended, John spotted Amelia at the back of the room, wearing a sleek suit, but with the same calm presence. "You changed everything," he said. She smiled. "No, you listened." Their eyes met, both knowing this wasn't just about one hospital, or one man's father. It was about thousands of people whose stories were never told until now. In the end, the whisper of a nurse became a roar that echoed across a nation. It reminded the world that sometimes, the smallest voice in the darkest hour carries the power to spark a revolution. And in that revolution, hope was born.